Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I decided I wanted to do a reading vlog. So I'm sitting in my bathroom and I'm doing my makeup. You know, I just had a shower, I just worked out, and so I decided, you know what, I just started this book last night and I know I'm going to absolutely love it. I've heard nothing but great things. My friend Jess is also reading it. So what better time to read it than now and go down that rabbit hole with her. So this is part of a series. There's 4 books in the series and each book has its own couple, and I think they're all connected in some way, whether it's family or friends. They're all connected in some way. They follow 4 different couples. The first book in the series is Twisted Love. If you haven't heard about this series already, I don't know where you've been. You probably are not on the internet a lot or on social media, but this has been blown up to become a very popular series, and I just can't wait to experience it myself. I started the book last night and I'm already on page 38. Let me tell you, I'm enjoying everything about it. So the story follows Alex and Ava is a walking sunshine. She's very gullible, she's very trusting, and I'd like to say that she's very like upbeat. And Alex is very grumpy, he's very stern, he's very cut dry. There's no bullshitting with him, there's no playing games with him. He knows what he wants and he's not interested in a romantic relationship or anything like that. So Ava has a brother who she lives next door to, and he's going to be going away for a year studying abroad to continue his medical career. And so he's very worried about her because she just dumped her ex-boyfriend not long ago, and he's been acting very stalkerish towards her. And again, since she's too nice and very gullible, he's worried that she might get mixed up in some trouble, or he's worried that her ex is gonna come like stalk her in a very creepy way. And so he basically asks Alex, who happens to be his best friend, to do him the favor of watching over her. Of course, Alex is hesitant because he doesn't want to be babysitting or responsible for this girl. He is part of their family. He does attend their Thanksgiving dinners and he is very close-knit with that family, but him and Ava don't really get along. She's a walking sunshine and he's a grumpy man. So he decides, okay, fine, you're my best friend, I'm gonna do this for you, but here are my conditions and here's my plan. So since Josh, Ava's brother, is leaving for a year and he happens to live right next door to her, Alex thought it was a great idea to move in for that year and watch her closely. He basically said, if I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be doing this right. And I'm not just gonna be checking in on her via text every so often. I'm actually gonna be following her maybe. I'm actually gonna watch over her and make sure she stays out of trouble and make sure I protect her if I need to. Therefore, I have to live next to her. And what could possibly go wrong, right guys? What could go wrong? But absolutely right in that scenario. And again, like, I'm already on page 38. I'm freaking enjoying it already. I'm sucked in and I can't wait to see where else this book takes me because I'm so excited about this whole neighbors, enemies to lovers trope. I'm like eating it up. I already know I'm gonna enjoy this series, so I figured I'd do a reading log and share my experience, at least with the first book. We'll see how it goes, because once I get into a book, I don't want to share much. I just want to dive into it, devour it. So we'll see how this first book goes. If it goes well and successful, then I'll be sharing one video at a time the rest of the series. But for now, we're just going to do a reading vlog for this book. So here we go. So I figured in 30 minutes, the hubby has to get ready to go to work, which means I will be single momming it for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna try to squeeze in 30 minutes of reading.
My appetite, don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time.
The creepy cat.
Oh,
Whoa.
but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak just my mind. Oh,
Hit that bell button and subscribe to our channel.
baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of...
Okay, so I thought I'd check in and give you an update on Twisted Love. I'm on page 76, and again, I'm still loving this story. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving how grumpy he is. I'm loving how positive she is about life, especially since they've both been through a traumatic phase in their life. He has HSAM, and I never even knew this was a thing. Like, never knew this was a thing. And so he has this condition where he basically vividly remembers every single thing that has happened throughout his lifetime, regardless of what age he was. He remembers everything. So he went through a traumatic phase in his life. Something really bad happened to him and his family, and he has these memories that randomly pop up in his head, reliving that traumatic experience. Ava also went through a traumatic experience when she was 9 years old, I think, when she was younger. And they kind of both share this together, where they both characters have been involved in some kind of traumatic experience. And of course, they haven't talked about it with each other, but each character has their own struggles that they deal with on a daily basis. And I think that makes the story very interesting. It's not just a grumpy sunshine. There's more depth into it. There's more drama. And I just freaking love the guy in this story. I love Alex a lot. I just like how freaking grumpy and uptight he is. And I'm really enjoying it. I haven't really gotten very far because, again, mom life and, you know, all the things that comes with that. And unfortunately, my daughter Charlie, she's sick right now, and we were planning on going on a trip this weekend. We'll see if she is up for it, but right now she's sleeping. She went to bed early. I let her rest. Jax just finished his dinner, and he's resting in his room. I'm making my dinner. I'm just making some pasta out of the box. Don't judge me, but I'm not trying to cook like a 3-course meal right now. I'm tired. My husband does work overtime tonight. I take advantage of that a lot because I'm taking care of the kids all day. I don't really get a lot of time to read during the day. I do get a couple hours before my husband goes to work, but then I don't really get a lot of long hours to read throughout the day when I'm with the kids. So at night, when they're finally in bed, is when I do the bulk of my reading, and it's been so relaxing. It's just been a struggle because I am getting old and around 9 o'clock I'm so tired and I just want to go to sleep. But I'm going to take advantage that my husband is working overtime tonight, have my dinner once Jax is in bed, pour myself a glass of wine, and get through more of this book because I can't wait to see where it goes. I always tend to kind of stay up at a certain time. Like, I think my max tonight is I'm going to try to read until 2 a.m. And that's pushing it because tomorrow we have people working on the house, coming in early. My husband's going to be sleeping in, so that's going to be crazy. But I'm so desperate to get more into this book that I'm willing to do that. And probably around 9 or 10, I crave like a hot drink. I might make myself a cup of coffee and some toast so I can wake up a little bit and then continue the bulk of my reading. And I guess I'll check in back with you guys once I have more of an update. Okay, so the kids are both finally in bed. Well, Charlie has been sleeping for a while, so I anticipate she'll probably wake up sometime, maybe at 2 in the morning or something. But it is now 8:22. My goal is to read until 2 a.m., which has not been successful for me, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna read until 2 a.m. You're gonna see me reading on the couch. And then when I get too tired on the couch because I get too cozy with the fireplace and my blanket and the nice cozy couch, then I'll probably move myself to the library so I can sit up and stay awake longer. And then in between, I'll probably make myself a cup of coffee. But now is where the real reading starts.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind.
I forgot to mention, like, they have this banter going on that's like so fun. I really like it because he's so cut dry and she tries to be like feisty and sassy back, and he just has like a monotone, serious expression in his face all the time and doesn't give in to her. Every once in a while, he'll like have a little smirk on the side of his face. But the funny thing is that she made this pact with her friends where they're trying to get emotions out of him. They're trying to go through phases to see if he'll react because he's so stern and serious all the time that her friends want to see if he even has emotions or if he's an emotionless man. One of the emotions that Ava is trying to test him with is disgust. So she made these horrible cookies for him and she had him try them, and like they're so disgusting, and instead of like him reacting the way she thought he was going to react, he basically looked at her straight in the eye and said, "They're fine, moving on." And so when she tried them herself because she wanted to test it out, of course she's almost gagged and spit him back out. But I thought that was so funny because he's like, he kind of knows he's onto her, he kind of knows, and he's playing along but not giving in. So I enjoy that about it too. And also the book has dual POV, which means you get her perspective and his perspective as well. And I absolutely love when romance books give you that, where you see the female's point of view, you get to be in the male's point of view too and be in his brain. It just makes the romance that much more better for me because I always want to see what the other person is thinking, especially the man. Like, I want to see what the man is thinking. So I'm not going to give out any more. I'm not going to be popping on here like every 5 minutes giving you a spoiler. That was just a little bit of one, like not really one. It's in the beginning of the book, but I'm not going to talk in detail about it. I'm just really enjoying it, and I did like that scene where he was super serious and did not give in to her.
Baby, you give me.
Okay, so it's 10:46 and I'm here to update you so far. I've managed to get to page 116 and oh my gosh, ended up finding out what Ava went through in her childhood. It has been so traumatic to her and it causes her to have these random night terrors and random flashbacks. And man, it is so freaking tragic. And the fact that this character went through this at such a young age, and like for some reason she's still walking sunshine, it's like, oh my gosh, like definitely search up trigger warnings for this book because it does have a lot of triggering things in it. Nonetheless, though, it's still a really great book, but I'm just in shock that I was not expecting her trauma to be what it was. And then on top of that, another trauma after that. It's like, we're getting to the point where she's talking to Alex about it because she had an episode on their way home. And I'm just like, holy crap, like, I feel so bad for her. But still enjoying the book. You're probably going to get tired of me saying that. I love it. I know I'm going to give this book a 5-star. I already know. It's, you know, that feeling that you get when you open a book and you start reading it. In the first 2 pages, it gives you that 5-star feeling. This book does. And I went ahead and went on Amazon and ordered the rest of the series because I had book 1, book 2, and I needed book 3 and 4. So I went ahead and ordered it because I know I'm going to binge it. I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to binge read it. I just know. But now is the time where I'm starting to get a little hungry and I'm starting to get a little tired, and I do plan on reading until 2 a.m. if the world allows me to read that late and I don't fall asleep. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself a cup of coffee, maybe make myself some toast, and then keep on reading.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby.
Okay, so it is 12:48. I'm on page 154. I could literally go all night and binge read this book. Like, seriously. I love it. It's so good. But I know that the kids are going to be up at 5 in the morning and I have to get at least a couple hours of sleep. So I'm going to call it a night and I'm going to wash my face, put on my skincare, get into my PJs, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the
Okay, so it has been a completely stressful day today, dealing with the cabinet people, the touch-up people. Just, I am ready for this whole thing to be over with. We've been dealing with this for 6 months, but I didn't come on here to complain about my stressful day. I came on here because I wanted to do a little tiny little book unhaul, and I'll probably do one tomorrow too because I'm getting another 2 books in tomorrow. Since this morning, like I anticipated, have not been able to even read anything further. So I'm planning on reading more tonight. It might not be 154 pages like I read last night, but I'm planning on trying to read more of it. And hopefully I'll finish the book tomorrow and then I can share my thoughts with you guys. My little book unhaul, and I also got some nighttime gummies because sometimes I need a little bit of a, you know, a boost to help me fall asleep. So, holy moly. Did not realize that this book was this big. Okay, I already have book 1 in the series. There's 5 books in this series for now, I believe. Planning on buddy reading this with a friend of mine. This is gonna be the biggest fantasy series that I'm gonna embark myself in. I'm very afraid of dabbling into fantasy, to be honest with you, because of the flowery language that it has that just basically goes over my head. I've heard nothing but great things about this series. I'm sure you've heard about it too. It is not only fantasy based, it's also fantasy and romance. And if you're gonna do fantasy, I heard that those two combined are an experience like no other. So I'm excited to read this series with my friend. So that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Again, like if you haven't heard about this series, I believe it's an enemies to lovers fantasy romance. I'm not gonna read much of the back because a lot of it doesn't make sense to me. So I don't wanna confuse you either. So I know that the series is a really good one. Everybody raves about it, and it is fantasy romance. So the first book in the series is A Court of Thorns and Roses, and the second book of the series is A Court of Mist and Fury. And then the third book, I mean, look how scary this looks. Oh my gosh, like to read a lot of that, like to read all that fantasy is, that's a little scary. This one is A Court of Wings and Ruin. So I have book 1, 2, and 3. But look how beautiful these look or will look on my shelf. Like, look how beautiful they are. Like, isn't this the most gorgeous stack you've ever seen? And they're also like a matte, glossy finish combined. So I'm really excited to dabble into this series. I went ahead last night because I was raving about my experience with this book. Last night I went ahead and ordered, because I have books 1, 2, and I ordered books 3 and 4 of the Twisted series. So those are coming in tomorrow, which I will unbox with you. And then I also got these gummies that I discovered on one of my FabFitFun boxes, and this is a smaller business. And these are Sugarbear Vegan Vitamin Care Sleep Deep 5 HTP gummies. Because I've tried Melatonin before, and the Costco brand that I have does not do anything for me. So this not only has melatonin in it, but it also has 6 milligrams of melatonin, 50 milligrams of L-theanine, I don't know if I'm saying that right, magnesium, and then it's sleep support, cruelty-free, certified vegan. Compared to the ones I have right now, these are so delicious, and it helps me naturally, obviously, fall asleep. It doesn't make me drowsy or anything like that. So to me, this is not too expensive, but it's not cheap either. I'll link it down below in case you're interested. But yeah, these work for me. I have a very high tolerance of, I guess, prescriptions. Like things like this don't do anything for me. Like coffee doesn't do anything for me either. It doesn't even give me energy. I just like the taste of it and the routine that I have in the morning. But I'm just one of those people that have high tolerance for certain things. So the fact that these work, and you know, I could have used these last night because I did not sleep well. I slept really bad last night. Could have been the fact that I didn't sleep enough, but it also was the fact that I was wide awake because I had my coffee. So it was like a lose-lose situation. But anyways, tonight I'm probably gonna try to, again, read some more, and then I will update you when I have another one. Okay, it's been the next day, and it is 5:35 p.m. Sadly, I have not read much. I read a couple pages this morning, then I went to coffee with my friend, came home, and we had some workers in the house. So when they left, I basically edited a video of mine, then got busy packing my stuff and the kids' stuff, because this weekend we're gonna go on a little mini trip to Duck Creek. We rented a VRBO little cabin, kind of a secluded little cabin in the woods. So it's the first time that the kids actually get to play and physically see snow. So we're very excited. So tonight, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get much reading done, but I know during the road trip, I'm for sure gonna get a couple hours in of reading, of just uninterrupted reading time, and it's my favorite. I get a lot of reading done when we go on road trips. So that's the plan, but I wanted to do another mini little book unhaul as promised. Holy moly, I didn't know these books were this big. So I've got book 3 and book 4 of the Twisted series. So look how chunky these are. Oh my gosh, look how chunky they are. But they're so beautiful. And usually I like to check to make sure that the books aren't damaged, because that's like one of my pet peeves, is to spend all this money on a book and it be damaged. I'm pretty sure tomorrow I will be finishing Twisted Love. Then I'll start on book 2 probably on my road trip. So I'll probably just pack my Kindle and those 2 books and I should be good to go. So I just found out something else. I'm just shocked with what the main character has gone through in her childhood. I just feel so sorry for her. I just found something out and I'm completely shocked, and I'm just like, I just hope there's no more tragic reveals in this book. I mean, I really enjoy this book, and if there is, you know, whatever, but what more trauma could this girl have suffered during her childhood? Like, yep. I will tell you this, it's not rape, so if you're very sensitive to that kind of stuff, which I think everybody is, it's not a traumatic experience like that, but nonetheless, it's still very traumatic, and it's messed up what she went through when she was a kid. And she has something called aquaphobia, where she has a phobia of any large water, like oceans, beaches, lakes, anything like that. And so what happens when she goes near the water is she will black out, or she'll have flashbacks of the event. She recently had a flashback, and we find something out, and I'm just like, okay. This book is very interesting because it's not only based on the romance, it's also like based on some very traumatic experiences. So yes, it's very heavy on the romance. It also focuses on what these 2 characters have gone through in their childhood, what they still go through today, how it's damaged them forever, and how they continue to deal with it till this day. So it's very interesting. I'm enjoying this a lot.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.
Okay, here we are. We're taking a road trip to Duck Creek. You guys are coming along with me. I'm only going to share bits and pieces here and there, but I still have a book to finish, and the kids are excited. Are you guys excited?
Yeah. Yay.
We are staying here. Okay, so we made it. We're here, and this little cabin is the cutest thing ever. Okay, I'm coming. We should turn on the fireplace.
Toilet. Look at my bed.
Okay.
Now the lights don't.
Whoa.
Mommy, look at my room.
It's a one-story, kid-friendly.
Look it.
This might not be your room.
I want it.
This has a door.
Outside. That's fine. Sit here. Okay, I can't even like do anything. Look, if the door's locked, where's my closet?
There's 2 bedrooms? Wow.
Take a bath. Here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we have to take a bath here.
That's creepy. The greatest man in the world, making me and the kids some breakfast. Got some coffee going on and some bacon. We are ready to go in the snow. Are we ready to go in the snow? Watch out for Charlie. Step to the side, baby. They're definitely gonna sleep good tonight. Okay, so last night I stayed up late. You know, our kids are going through the cold right now, so I didn't get much sleep. Me and my husband are back and forth trying to soothe them, trying to help them feel better. But with that being said, I told myself, okay, so I can't sleep. Even though I need sleep, I can't sleep. I'm just gonna finish Twisted Love. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna finish it. So I did. 5 stars. 5 stars for this book. I love this book so much. I love Alex and Ava's romance. I love Alex. I love his stone cold attitude. I love how closed off he is and how he has a troubled past and he's very dark in that sense. But his love for Ava is so beautiful. Like, this is the kind of guy that almost borderline mafia in a sense where you touch her, you even think about looking in her direction or think about looking in my woman's direction and I will kill you. I will skin you alive and I will kill you. And that's kind of his attitude and his love towards her. It's so beautiful. It is so intense. It is so steamy. It is sexy. It is everything, everything. This is my favorite. Well, it's my first book in the series, but so far it's my favorite. I heard the next book in the series is Twisted Games, and that's almost everybody's favorite, so I can't wait to read about that couple. I really enjoyed the story. There's also plot twists in there that I was like, wow, like you find something out and you did not see it coming. I just enjoyed every second of this book. 5 stars all the way. I loved it so much, and I'm so glad I dived into it. It says here in the back, this is how the author's described. Anna Huang is an author of primarily steamy new adult and contemporary romance. Her books contain diverse characters and emotional, sometimes twisty roads toward HEAs with plenty of banter and spice sprinkled in. This is exactly what this book gave me. A lot of banter, a lot of steam. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. And you know, there's dark parts of it. There's some trauma in there. The characters suffer through a lot of trauma in their childhood. Alex has a very dark past, but this story was amazing. The unspoken love that Alex felt for Ava was just everything. The controlling and possessiveness of his character was just so sexy, like so sexy. I loved it. 5 stars. I would highly recommend you guys start the Twisted series. It is beautiful. It is amazing. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.